Hello everyone, Try Catch Angler here. The last time we were discussing the application, we had created this utility folder where we had created a reusable hook that allows us to get the current user and return an object that we can then utilize and at the same time connect our PnP JS library to SharePoint by doing the setup. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the app component and I'm going to work on creating a welcome message. Before I do that, I was thinking about the way that this application is laid out, and I think it'd be best if we have the utility folder inside of the source folder. It's easier to do the um, bundling, and everything should just be in the source folder for beta for better for a better way of having our application layout. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. Let's work on this. So let's open up TSX. In an app TSX, I'm going to bring in uh, the object, and the object that's coming from the reusable hook is going to be called it's called user profile, and the user profile is going to be equal to use sp pnp, and you can already see that it's my intelligence is working. It's coming in from our reusable hook, and this is going to bring that object. Now keep in mind that again you can clearly see here that the object can return something of type profile type or null in some cases. All right. Um, and the next thing that we're going to do is here in our return statement, let's go ahead and change it a little bit. And we're going to add empty tags to indicate a React fragment. And inside the React fragment, I want to add a message. The message should say, um, welcome. And we want to bring in the user profile object. And you see the awesome thing about this is that the IntelliSense it leaves very little room for error. And that's the beauty of having to work with TypeScript. Everything is statically typed. And I'm going to show you throughout little these little courses. I don't want to call them tutorials because I hate tutorials. I think that just think of these as like little recipes, little keys that you can utilize throughout your development process. And now my aim is to help you do those things. You really learn by doing. That's the way that I've learned. And I think that if you follow, and you work on these recipes yourself, you can become really good and work on these kind of programs. So let's go ahead and continue before I go too far off on a tangent. All right, so user profile, and we're going to return the title. Now, one of the things that you'll notice is that it put a question mark after my object. And the reason being, again, is because you have to consider the fact that this is considered a null. It could be also a null item. So say, for instance, maybe the SharePoint site is down, something is happening, and the SharePoints are reachable. If you didn't have that question mark, then you have a problem because the application would fail. It would essentially say that the object does not have a title property, and that would be true because it's null. And then your application would crash, and you would have customers or people calling you and say like, "What's going on with your application?" Obviously, this is just small mitigation, but again, you see the power of TypeScript. You see what it can do and how it can prevent you from having those bugs inside of your code. So with that, let's go ahead and save this component. Um, and now that it's saved, I'm gonna actually delete this distribution folder because I believe this is the one that we used the last time. And I'm gonna you have to make sure that you're in the tackle box folder. And inside of the tackle box folder, we're gonna type in npm run build, and everything built successfully. You can see that here we have our distribution folder. So here's our distribution folder. Let's double click on this folder and you can see our files right here. Now, if we go to our SharePoint site, these are the original files that we had in here from the last time that we loaded files into the SharePoint site. So we're gonna take the files. I think I have duplicates. Let me close them, go back, right click, reveal in File Explorer. And let's move it over here to the side. Open our SharePoint site and drag and drop these two files from our folder. And we're going to replace both of them. Okay. So it looks like both files have been updated. So now that they've been updated, let's go to Site Contents. Then we're going to click on Site Assets. Then on Tackle Box. And you're going to see that we have our index.aspx that we had loaded here the last time. Again, these do not get changed. We click on it. There we go. Welcome, try catch angler. And you can see that this is running in SharePoint. We utilize PnP in our AMP component to return a welcome message. And with that, I want to thank you for spending a few minutes with me. If you find this video beneficial, please like, comment, subscribe. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.